Tonight on Connecticut's news station, a new reward offered in one Connecticut town more than 6 months after an elderly woman was killed in a hit and run.
Also, an armed standoff in one Connecticut city ends with a domestic violence suspect in custody. We'll tell you what happened. And new details tonight as a third person is arrested in a fight at a fast food restaurant that ended in a wild chase. We'll have the latest on the case.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin here at 10 on the Weather Watch as we are tracking the threat of storms returning to Connecticut tomorrow. Here's a look at the future radar from the Weather Watch Center tonight. Good evening, I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. Thank you so much for joining us. We got the chance to dry out from all the flooding across our state for more than a week, but it does look like our wet July is going to continue tomorrow.
Yeah, we are, though, looking forward to a nice weekend as well. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a first look at the forecast. So, Rach, how much rain are we talking about here?
Some areas could pick up an inch to an inch and a half of rain, but most of us will get far less than that as showers and storms tomorrow will be kind of hit or miss in nature. It was nice to have 2 dry days, but yes, that dry streak is coming to an end. Scattered showers and thunderstorms could pop up at any time during the day tomorrow, but the period of concern for a scattered strong, maybe severe storm would be during the afternoon and evening, especially between around 2 and 8 p.m. The Storm Prediction Center has placed central and western Connecticut in a level 1 risk for severe weather. It's a 5-level threat scale, and the main hazard is going to be for locally heavy rain. Obviously, rivers and streams are already high, but there is also a chance for damaging wind, and the Storm Prediction Center has mentioned that it's a low risk for a tornado, but that risk is not zero. So it's one of those things where we just have to watch the radar really closely. Here is one line of showers and storms that means business. By the time it gets to us early tomorrow, we could see a few lingering showers from that or an isolated rumble of thunder. But the main period of time, again, will be for the afternoon. We'll have to watch for storms that kind of pop up through the day, and those will be the ones that we'll be keeping the closest eye on. We'll show you the future radar and the big payoff for the weekend coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. Well, new at 10, a Fox 61 follow-up on a hit-and-run crash in West Hartford that killed an 89-year-old woman back in December. Police are offering a new reward for information that could lead to an arrest. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joins us live outside of the West Hartford Police Department with the latest on this case. So, Gabby, what's the new information tonight?
Jen, that reward is now up to $26,000 thanks to some help from the state. West Hartford police say they still don't have a suspect, and they are now asking for the public's help.
We will not stop. We will continue to pursue to the ends of the earth to bring this individual to justice.
Exactly 7 months after 89-year-old Eugenia Yurovsky was hit and killed by a car, West Hartford police are still searching for the person responsible.
We've exhausted all means of investigative measures, knocking on doors, scouring video, going to body shops, talking to witnesses.
Police say on December 20th, Yurovsky was hit while crossing the street with her walker at the intersection of Boulevard and Whiting Lane. Police are now hoping a new reward will help lead them to some answers.
We are announcing a $26,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for this crime.
$25,000 of that reward is from the state, added to a $1,000 reward offered by the West Hartford Rotary Club.
They approached us and we were happy to help. We were basically able to offer a reward on the spot. This is just the type of cause that we're able to contribute to.
Officials say Yurovsky does not have any known family in the area, so the police department and the community are leading the charge in the fight for justice.
But it broke the whole community's heart, and that is the point is that we are not going to rest until we solve the case.
While police do not have a suspect, they have identified a possible vehicle of interest, a 2010 to 2015 GMC type vehicle that likely had front driver's side damage. West Hartford's police chief with a message for whoever was behind the wheel.
You have those feelings of wondering, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Did you get away with something? Maybe in the short term you may feel that, but alleviate that burden. Take away that pressure. Come speak.
And West Hartford police are also asking anyone who might have information to come forward. They do have an anonymous tip line. You can find that number on our website, fox61.com. Live in West Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Well, new at 10 tonight, an armed standoff in New Haven ends with a domestic violence suspect arrested. Police say the man was accused of pulling out a gun and stealing his girlfriend's car. Officers eventually pulled over the car on County Road at around 7 this evening. The man refused to get out of the car until a SWAT team and negotiators arrived.
Fearing that there was a gun, not wanting a direct confrontation or a shootout, officers waited and gave commands for him to come out. He wouldn't come out for a while. He kept reaching down inside the car, so that's why other resources were called in.
The man's identity has not yet been released. He is expected to be charged for this morning's incident, as well as several warrants for domestic violence and failure to appear.
And new at 10, a third suspect is now facing charges after a fight at a fast food restaurant led to a wild chase last month. 21-year-old Jador Wong Sang was already in custody for a parole violation when Windsor Locks police arrested him yesterday. The fight happened back on June 5th at the Wendy's on Route 75 near Bradley International Airport. 2 other men are accused of pulling a gun on a Wendy's employee and leading police on a chase in Windsor. 20-year-old Giovanni Nelson of Springfield Garden, New York, and Kenneth Harris of Hartford are also facing charges.
And we continue to follow breaking news out on the roads where a section of I84 West remains partially closed following a crash earlier today. This is a live look in Tallinn near exits 68 and 69, where the DOT says only one lane of traffic is getting by. The crash involved a motorcycle, according to state police. Troopers say serious injuries were reported. There's no word on a timeline as to when the highway will fully reopen, but if you're heading through the area, be sure to leave plenty of extra time. We have new details at 10 about the shooting at New Haven's Union Station that sent a man to the hospital.
New Haven police have arrested a 19-year-old in connection with that shooting earlier this month. Fox 61's Jake Garcia joins us live outside of the New Haven Police Department with the new developments tonight. Jake.
That 19-year-old suspect was arraigned in a New Haven court earlier today. Now, this afternoon, in a rare event, the Metro Transit Authority police updated reporters on the investigation.
This was not a random attack. The victim and gunman, along with the second suspect, were involved in a dispute right before the incident and were believed the victim was the sole intended target, and no other riders were involved.
Metro Transit Authority police arresting 19-year-old Dayron Sanchez of Derby for the July 5th shooting at New Haven's Union Station. That incident shut down the Metro North New Haven line for hours as police investigated. Sanchez, who is charged in the shooting, was arraigned Thursday on multiple charges. Investigators say the images released to news outlets played a role in identifying the suspect. According to an arrest warrant, the suspect's mom as well as a neighbor notified police saying they recognized one of the men in the pictures. Police also sharing this picture of a gun they say was found in Sanchez's bedroom.
MTA detectives then obtained a warrant to search the house and later found a gun matching the caliber of the firearm used for the shooting.
Police say they believe they know who the second suspect is and are keeping a close eye on him.
The search for the second suspect is ongoing, but we do believe that Sanchez is the one who fired the gun.
The warrant also revealing the second suspect involved attempted to stab the victim, who was taken to the hospital to be treated, who has since been released.
It's real important that these officers that were working here went out there and started first aid on the victim. That is extremely important, or we'd be talking about a homicide here.
New Haven Mayor Justin Ellicker reassuring the public that this was a targeted incident and that Union Station is a safe place.
It is very important for people to understand that Union Station is a safe place to come. Thousands of people come here every day, and this situation, while deeply unfortunate, was one that is very, very, very unusual.
Sanchez is charged with assault and criminal possession of a firearm. He is expected to be back in court on August 2nd. He's being held on a $500,000 bond. As far as that second suspect, police say if you've seen him recently or recognize him, to call them immediately. Live in New Haven, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you. We'll have an update tonight out of Hampden, where police have arrested an 18-year-old accused of shooting another teen. Officers say Omarion Gordon of Hampden faces 2 charges now, including first-degree assault. Another 18-year-old was injured in the shooting. That teen's condition is unknown tonight.
Hartford leaders are sending out a warning tonight about ATVs and dirt bikes after a deadly crash last night. Police say 31-year-old David Hicks was killed near the intersection of Windsor and Loomis Streets around 8:30 last night. Investigators say 2 dirt bikes were racing south while a car was going north. The 2 bikes crashed into each other.
You cannot drive vehicles like this recklessly out on the roads. It's dangerous to everybody around it.
The deadly crash comes after a crackdown of illegal ATVs and dirt bikes in the city. Hartford's police chief says that officers have seized 57 of those vehicles so far this year. 49 people have been arrested for having them.
And down in Milford, police are looking for one rider and a large group of ATVs, dirt bikes, and motorcycles. The group is accused of committing several violations back on July 8th. The police department posted these photos on Facebook of that rider. Anyone with any information should call Milford Police.
3 UConn students were taken to the hospital after suffering chemical burns on their hands during an experiment. The students were injured on the store's campus. They were treated by UConn paramedics before they were taken to Wyndham Hospital for precautionary reasons.